Okay guys, welcome back to part 2. Same place, same horse. Zandvoorde. New tourist. This lady's been waiting and now someone else is pushing in. Now somebody's going to push in behind him. It's relentless today, just one after another after another. As you saw in part 1, folks. Massive amount of touching, relentlessly busy. Okay, finally folks, Latin American basketball team have moved on. Gosh, they were all super tall. Horse pushed her against the wall.
Oh yeah.
I see no sign at all of the crowds lessening. They're just getting more and more and more at the moment. Completely jammed in, guys. I can't move backwards, left or right now. There's just nowhere to move. It's okay, it's okay. Oh, first hand on the reins in a while, guys. I'm not sure if we caught that or missed it. Lady on the right grabbed the reins.
What are you? That's enough. Let me take a picture.
I think everybody's making new friends here today with strangers in their pictures.
Look, are you? Closer. Are you tell?
It's carnage and chaos, guys. I can't even begin to describe it. I mean, there's a number of people here today. It's mind-boggling. And it's just no showing no signs of ending. Look at it on the right. Look.
Do you want to go through it, please?
Yeah. Go ahead. I swear there's going to be a fight, guys, between the tourists and it's just getting completely out of hand this morning. Okay, you've actually seen this, folks. I mean, like, what is going on? Look, the woman behind us is having some kind of meltdown. It's like, what is going on?
See, she's in that one now.
Here we go, troopers out. Top man, well done. Well done, that man. That was completely and utterly ridiculous. Look, they all look at him in disgust. They're like, what do you mean you can't touch the horse?
Can we take 5 steps back from the horse, please?
There we are, folks. Isn't that more like it? Problem is, it won't last. New tourists will arrive shortly and they'll all flood back in again. Like I said earlier, there needs to be somebody here permanently to deal with it. When it's this busy, they need, a lot of you suggested, I think in the comments, like guardian or whatever you want to call it, somebody to deal with the problem of overcrowding. And we're not, guys, on military property at the moment. We're on the public highway, which is administered and overseen and controlled by the local council, in this case Westminster Council. Wow, I didn't think we could get any more extreme than part 1, but this is just a whole new level of mental. She's even in the box, lady in blue on the right. Oh, troopers finally saying don't touch the horse. It's unbelievable how these people
They're so stupid, aren't they?
They actually are completely stupid. A lot of these tourists are just not.
It's hard enough for the horse to stand still.
Like that, the sign's right there. Don't touch the horse.
So disrespectful.
Mind-bogglingly stupid, a lot of these people, yep. Shocking, folks. It is absolutely shocking this morning. At least the troopers finally speaking up. Hopefully that'll be the case going forward. I think, I wasn't really listening, but I think the stableman said to him, you need to control the crowd. I think. I'm not trying to put words into his mouth. That would seem to be the case. Sorry, let me get out of your way, ladies. Okay. I almost feel guilty filming this, people, but it is what it is. This is the horse touching the tourist, by the way, not vice versa. Key distinction. Oops. Okay, calm for a minute, folks. Don't know how long it's going to last, but that's a little bit better for now. It's no less busy. They've just all moved back after the stableman's instruction to do so. Still hear people just watching and somewhat open-mouthed a little bit at just how much craziness there is around this morning. Try and take a step back in a minute, folks, if the crowd lessens somewhat. For the moment I'm completely jammed here, which is annoying me actually, because I don't like standing in this exact position right in front for an extended period of time, but it is absolutely chocker this morning. This is the busiest day of the year, people, by far.
Because sit down on the stage. Emeka, go down. Go.
Someone else with flash.
Mr. Go.
Mika, right here.
Can't see who it is. Someone's using flash, folks. Can't see who it is who's got the camera.
Because go now.
Right, finally I can take 2 steps backwards. Oh my good lord. At the other end you can't even see the horse. Look, I think that's why everyone's crowding this end. Horse didn't quit, it's in the box, but completely pulled right back against the doors because there were simply too many people. So that trooper's taken probably the smart option of pulling the horse completely out of sight. Who's up next?
Go there, good, thanks. Good, yeah, good. I've got to eat
Let's move back a tiny bit, guys, give you an overview. Okay, there's a bit of space now, finally. And yes, there is a classic red Routemaster bus, the original. Look at this. Complete with themed tour guides. One tourist is actually wearing a crown, folks. Look at this. I actually love that, to be honest. That's really fun. No harm done. Really fun. Okay, we'll come back to this. I just need a breather from it. That was too much, guys, even for me. Okay, right, so we're back in the yard. Joggers, tourists, tour guides, and just utter general mayhem and chaos. Sorry, folks, I just need to stretch my legs after that. That was just, oh my good lord. The trooper was probably thinking to himself, thank goodness I've got this horse between my legs, because wow, the crowding was insane. Where did it all come from that quickly? Honestly, it's like 1,000 people spontaneously just emerged at the front of horse guards. Never seen it that bad before. That was really quite something else. Let's have a quick look over this side, and then we'll go back to the front and switch between the two horses, because there are too many people. It's as simple as that. Need to find ourselves a good fixed spot, glue ourselves there temporarily. Ooh, feels better. Feels actually a lot better. Ah. It's chaos. Different world this morning. Okay, even to be honest, even the police are surprised about how many people there are in these groups. I think they need the entire MOD police force over here this morning to deal with it. I mean, look at it. Oh, so we're saying it annoys me if the signs are there and they still touch. Right, we're back in, guys. I stretched my legs, had a mouthful of water. Let's see what happens next. Hopefully nothing will happen next, but either way I'll be going to the other end shortly. I'm at a good distance at the moment, so hopefully we'll be clear here until somebody walks in front of the camera. Oh, didn't take long, did it? I think actually one potential solution, guys, would be for the for London District to give the troopers permission to cavalry charge the tourists. That could work. If they feel there's too much crowding. They could play over the PA system. They could play the Charge of the Light Brigade whilst it's happening. That way, it would sort of drown out the screams of people getting crunched under the horses' hooves. Just one potential solution to the problem here. Just think, only 2 or 3 squashed tourists, maybe just a broken limb here or there on the front page of the global press. People will then stop crowding the horse. Right, here comes the gatesman again. Oh, the horse is like, come over here and talk to me. A little teeny bit calmer, but no less horsey fondling. Oh, it's clear behind me. Let's get out of here and go to the other end. Good thing is that all of the clowns with like 2 or 3 or whatever phones mounted have not been seen here for a good few days. I'm not assuming for a second that might be the end of it, because it almost certainly won't be. But for the moment, it's great not to see that massive... what's the word I'm looking for? Massively egregious sort of overstepping of the mark, I think is the best way I would describe it. Okay, let's see what it's like at this end now. More space, which is a good starting point. There's a pillar or bollard behind me to rest against, so for the moment we're good here. For how long? No idea, let's see. Like I said, the horse has been pulled way back, so if nobody's going to be going up close or whatever, I'll go back to the other end. Let's give it a few minutes and see. There are as many people here, but they're just not going up and being as raucous. Point being, this trooper at this end's got a much easier task than a colleague at the other end. I think actually part of the reason that we've got this massive crowding this morning might well be just the fact that, as I mentioned, and you saw in part 1 on the way down here, the road one way on Whitehall is closed. And that is in fact extremely fortunate. Why? Well, because, ladies and gents, it means that people are not really at risk of getting run over. It's a bit of a one-way system, and luckily for the moment that's actually helping with the numbers. I wonder, potentially, whether or not they've done that precisely because of the overcrowding. It's only this small section of Whitehall. Notice where the tourists are walking in the road. And if I turn around, that diversion ends. Pretty smart actually, whether the council have done that because of roadworks or because of the expected and correctly anticipated high tourist numbers on this part of Whitehall. Right, we're getting back in again, folks. Into the throng. I've actually seen more people touching the horse today than since the "Don't Touch the Horse" sign went up. Oh, trooper speaking up now, "Don't touch the horse." A lot of tourists here are noticing this, in fact, and they're getting a bit cheesed off about those that are touching. I guarantee you, folks, before the summer's over, we're going to have some sort of, tourist confrontation. I guarantee you, between the kind of pro and anti-touching brigades. Oh, brilliant. Told him again, no touching the horse. Well done to the trooper. Now speaking up and making it clear that the horse is not to be touched. Let's see if it persists, continues. To be honest, if I were a trooper, I'd be sick and tired of this man morons touching my horse all the time.
No lo vaya a tocar.
I tell you what, folks, when we see somebody really taking the you-know-what, again, I'm going to tell them to read the sign. How about that? If they knock me out, it was fun while it lasted. Let's see. Biggest problem is actually getting close enough to talk to somebody after it happens, because the crowd's so thick, people just sort of vanish into it almost instantaneously. They spontaneously combust, actually.
Acérquese un poquito, pues.
Troopers bring the horse out to you a bit.
Ya.
Alex! Wait there, boys, wait there, boys. Okay, boys, are you ready? Alex! Smile. Smile, look at the
What are we actually thinking about? We're on the 14th of August, aren't we? I only know it's the 14th because tomorrow is A-level results day for school children in the UK. Big deal tomorrow for a lot of kids, mine included.
Boys.
This really, guys, I think might prove to have been the absolute high watermark of tourist season and the sheer number and the crushing. I do remember this happening maybe once or twice last year, and then it sort of gradually tailed off. So I do think that might well be the saving grace, that this might be the actual high watermark of chaos and madness. Until next week, when I'll probably say the same thing. Someone else with flash. How is it that people buy a DSLR camera and are so dense they can't even figure out how to not use flash in daylight? I don't get it. It's like buying a phone and not understanding how to make a phone call. Okay, at least for the moment we can see the sign again. It's magically reappeared. Right, I guess that means we've shortly got the changeover coming up. Guys, it went by so quick, I'd completely forgotten the change was coming. At least in a minute, the police are going to tell everybody to get behind the bollards, giving the horse and the trooper a bit of space.
Okay, good.
Oh, of course, he's having a little meltdown. Wait, did we not see Zandvoorder have one meltdown already, folks? I think on his first ever day. I'm pretty sure we saw Zandvoorder and also Zambezi having minor meltdowns. Forgot. At this end, both times. We've definitely had 2 Z meltdowns in the past 2 weeks. Please are keeping on the numbers though, occasionally through the gate. very kind. Would you like me to take a picture for you? Very thoughtful tourist there, look. Amateur photographer tourist. Ta-da! Brilliant. Honestly, it didn't seem like the same day we saw the two horses here prior to this horse. Good lord, that was a real bit of chaos, folks, for a while there. First time I almost sort of thought to myself, you know what, I don't need this. Unpleasant to have to film this and for you all to see it, but it is what it is, as I always say. Oh, Trooper told her, don't touch, get lost, brilliant.
There's lots of places he's just sitting with.
That's a lot better now, that is a lot better. Crowd has dissipated somewhat. We're starting to move everybody behind the line in the yard. Horse almost nipped this tourist's fingers, well deserved nip. And the trooper's speaking up. So, hopefully all's well that ends well. For this trooper and this horse, it certainly ended well. Yep, guys, your blood pressure, I'm sure now has fallen somewhat, as has mine. It's still busy here, very busy here, but they're now keeping a respectful distance, at last. Bruce even managed to switch his flash off, remarkably. But I think this part 2 actually might end up being one of the most controversial videos of the year. I know a lot of you are going to be super upset about what you saw in the first 10 minutes, and I can't say I blame you. Oh, other horse has decided he's coming in right out of the box. I don't know whether the trooper pulled the horse out to scare the tourists away, but he darted out of the box really quickly at the other end. Really quickly. Yep, bro, don't worry about the girls behind you on the... Unbelievable. Even more extraordinary is that nobody's told the tourists to get back behind the bollards, and the new horses are already in the yard, they're already out. Oh, here we go, sorry, now it's happening. I was just thinking, like, did they forget? Wow. I kind of get the impression they might be short-staffed today, to be quite honest with you. Look, they were just told, and yet they're still not getting behind the bollards.
Get back! Get back!
Yes, a trooper found his voice. Top man, brilliant. That's more like it. Love it. Respect to this trooper for that. That's what we wanted, guys, isn't it? Let's be honest. That's what we expected. Good to see that the troopers' patience ran out with these morons. Right, here comes the replacement horse. Here we go. This is in the middle of the guard change, folks. She just walked over next to the horse in the middle of the changeover. The police are in the yard. Haven't seen it. Didn't see this for ages. The previous trooper would definitely have shouted at her to move, 100%. Crazy. Oh, and one does it, and they all follow. I don't get it, guys. I really don't get it or know what is going on. Sorry. I honestly do not get what is going on today. Something's just off. Maybe they linked something to the tap water here in Westminster overnight. Nothing else would explain such collective stupidity. Oh, here we go again. Another massive flood of people about to come from the yard to the front. There's already a lot of people here. All of that lot are going to join them now. Wait for it. Focus on the gate. Oh god, and the clowns coming out. In fact, we can see through the box, through the gate, and we can see the horse. Perfect aspect for the moment. That will do. All we need now is some idiot to march through the box while the horse is there. How long do you think, guys, until somebody tries to touch? 30 seconds or 45? But you forgot they're still busy doing the Chitsman Gatesman changeover. So we've at least got a new gatesman. Let's see what happens with him. We haven't yet seen any of the gatesmen try and force their way through the crowd to either the boxman because the numbers here were just so mind-bogglingly large that there was pretty much no space, and even shouting wouldn't have helped because people would have obviously wanted to move out of the way, but there was no space, no room for them to move out of the way. Okay, so what are we thinking? We're at the 42nd moment, roughly. Still no hands yet. Maybe we'll return to civility, like a slow procession of respectful folks wearing red berets and so on. In fact, that red is a perfect match for the lifeguard's tunic. Coincidence or contrived? What do we think? I'm actually relieved though that we were not in the yard for that changeover. My good lord, it's still jammed with people watching the new gatesman returning to his post. We should get to spot that gatesman coming through the crowd through the back of the box. There, in fact, there he goes into the arches. So we kind of did catch a lot already. Bearing in mind we're into part 2. Part 1 was non-stop, but this has just been like, whoa, roller coaster of a morning, guys, at Horse Guards. Got about 30 minutes left, give or take. A lot better now. People doffing their cap even to the guard. That's what we prefer to see, isn't it? Right, they're finished in the yard. Anyone late from the palace who's in the yard will come out, I'm sure, to the front shortly. Let's see what happens when all these people start to emerge. The first deluge is gone. Now it's a lot more manageable. Will it last? Sun's out now, which is not going to help matters. We're interested to see if this trooper follows her predecessor, his or her predecessor's fine lead and finding a voice and shouting at the idiots. Hey, let's just park our pushchair right at the exit to the gate and block all the other tourists. Right, doors closed. One of the stableman's now got some space as well to be out and checking that all is well with his colleague on the horse. Done. Honestly, what happened here in the last 15-20 minutes? Just constant touching, mauling, blah blah blah, crazy. But then the trooper did find his voice, shouted at them, they started to move. Let's hope that's the turning point. That was mad. I'm jealous. I'm almost done myself. This is part 2, then I'm out here. I need a dark room after that, I tell you. When are you next Friday? Damn. You know, I'm getting jealous now. Holiday. A well-deserved holiday, to be honest. Guess I'll see you the week after next. Okay, enjoy, yeah? Jealous, guys. Army photographer's got a week of holiday and I haven't. But hey, my whole life's a holiday, so I can't really complain. Oh, couldn't resist but reach out and touch the horse. So let me refocus that. That's a bit better. I think the next tourist that might touch the horse will be wearing red. What do we think? He touched the horse mentally, if not physically. It made an impact. I'm not going to move the camera over there because it's inappropriate, but somebody's left their little kid. That's the kid you can hear being like, blah, 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 daddy, daddy, over on the left. Left alone in the pushchair. While the dad gets a picture, here he is. Far more important to worry about your social media accounts than the welfare of your own kids, I guess. For some people. Odd. We do capture it all here, guys, don't we, to be honest? Oh, the guard's Teddy.
Rolly, do you want to stand against that wall?
At least now both the horses are out of the boxes.
Rolly,
So we'll spend a little bit of time here, then we'll head to the other end.
Yeah?
I feel like we've focused on this box way too much today. That said though, This box has been where the crowding has been most
Royally, go and get your photograph there.
most out of control.
Come on, Royally, come on. See where the men are standing. Look, let them say the horse. Look. Come on, get your photo. Just don't do it then, right? There's another horse down here. Come on.
Now the other stableman's out. I'm not sure if he's going to come to this end. That's a lot better. Finally, a little bit of calm, tranquility, civility has descended. Here he is. I can't hear, guys, and even if I did, it wouldn't really be appropriate to relate, I guess. But I'm pretty sure, in the general theme of things, as we noticed before, he's pointing out this issue of touching. I'm sure, generally speaking, because after that stableman appeared last time and spoke to his colleague, that was when he suddenly started telling people verbally, don't touch the horse. Either an extreme coincidence or that's what just happened. Right, let's get ourselves to this end, folks. Try and get into a decent-ish spot right in front, if I can in a moment. Here we are. In fact, we're almost pretty central. Definitely got the sign, that's the main thing. Nothing better than people doing what they shouldn't do when the sign there says, hey, don't do this, in the background. We shouldn't have the same issue today as we had with the premiership ending of the other video.
Okay, start. Hey, good. 睇鏡頭，你唔使理人嘅。我人唔使驚佢啦。Good job, good job. OK， 又要個傻妹嚟嘅。你驚乜嘢？
It's okay. This might be a little bit better now, guys. This is the point at which you make your tea, lay back, and enjoy, hopefully, respectful guests and visitors. And certain other people who I'm not going to put in the camera if they walk into it, who decide to massively underdress and miss certain garments when they were preparing to come on the street this morning, curiously. London Fire Brigade Command Unit, so something's happened somewhere reasonably close, something major has happened. It's like a unit that sort of turns up to control multiple fire engines when there's an emergency. Let's hope it's not anywhere near here, especially after what happened in Leicester Square on Monday. Here comes a new gatesman. 1 second, let's keep an eye on this for a minute, guys. Now this group are right in front of the spot where the gatesman needs to do his rounds. So what's going to happen? Is he going to move them, or is he going to stop before he gets to them? Oh, like a gent, he decided to stop and not push his way through. Unless I'm imagining things, I am certain that that gatesman was on the horse in part 1. It's the same guy, I'm sure it is, which is unusual to move between positions like that in the same day. It does happen, but it's not a particularly frequent occurrence. Now we're a little bit off centre, but I think I'll sort of have a little wander around anyway. We haven't actually, ladies and gents, been through the tunnel to the other end in some time. Let's do that. Stretch my legs. Ah. Oops. Ah, they're not going to go in. I thought they were just about to walk around the corner into the archway. Trooper's stamping his sword. Ah, it's better. There's even a breeze here, folks. It's like being on a beach. It even looks like sand ahead, doesn't it? For those of you seeing this view for the first time, congratulations. It took, oh actually wait, it's not quite as perfect. For some reason they're doing structural repairs to the old Admiralty building. Just when we thought they'd actually finished everything here and it would be normal for a few months. Yep, they're building scaffolding. I guess the old place needs a bit of renovation. Oh, that's what's at the back here. So James's Park in the distance, Downing Street. Just beyond the trees, statues, magnificence, the clock above, and just around the corner, that corner, is the entrance to the HCAV Museum. Yeah, that feels better. Settled down nicely now. Love it. That wave though, I think that's the shift the troopers probably dread the most, to be honest, the 12 noon to 1 o'clock shift. So when the Palace Guard change finishes at 11:30, even the fastest tourists don't get here until 11:45, 11:50, 11:55. And then as you saw, and we see it regularly, all hell breaks loose. Because there's simply too many people in a confined space. And there's nothing that can be done about that realistically. Because even if they didn't trudge through the tunnel across horseguardsparade, they could arrive here via Trafalgar Square and Admiralty Arch, or via King Charles Street at the other end of Downing Street. So even if those of you think, hey, you know, oh, sorry, Chad, saying close horseguards, whatever, blah, 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 don't permit access, I can't see it ever happening. Why? It's been like this for several hundred years. Why change it?
In the palace, but you can see it.
It would be tantamount to admitting defeat. I think the imperative is to change the behaviour and expectation and education of the tourists that are visiting. I think that would be the best approach, because if everyone that visited were respectful, like the majority are, it wouldn't be an issue, would there, with access? The place functions perfectly and has done for the best part of nearly 300 years. The only thing that's changed all that time, two things. One, the sheer numbers, obviously. There was no such thing as global tourism 100 years ago. And more importantly, secondly, public awareness. The fact that this place gets so much attention, not just on YouTube channels, but also across other social media, a lot of which is posted by tourists. It's not all YouTubers and TikToks that post this. There are thousands of people here every day with cameras, phones, etc. That footage is being captured, shared, posted, etc., regardless of whether there are people here doing it as some people do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not sure if she wants a picture in the gateway with her bike. Oh, it's very precise. It's stand right there. That's what he just said. guy in the black jacket is just like, bro, can you hurry it up? Like, ideally this week. I have no idea what Bike Girl is doing. Maybe she got lost at the cycling stage in Paris, went through the Eurotunnel, ended up in London. I was thinking, where the hell is the Seine? That's right, yep, it's that way. That way is Paris, yep. Right the way you came. You're probably wondering actually why there were no boulangeries or patisseries around. So what happened? Even the signage is just different. To be fair though, actually, one thing we haven't seen today, surprisingly considering numbers, is a typical horseguards fashion show. We haven't seen a single vacuous posing tourist type in either part that I remember or that I didn't notice. In fact, I mean, it might have happened, but I certainly didn't notice it. Thank God. Another photographer dude.
We move round, darling.
那个小姐姐玩的你们俩就去。
这边也可以吗？ well, we're going to go through.
That's better, guys, isn't it? Just like a normal, relaxing flow of people to and fro. Sorry that people, when it's like this, actually get decent pictures. You saw nobody in the first 20 minutes of this video would have got a picture with themselves on the horse. It would have been themselves, 5 strangers, the horse, and other people's kids. It's a pleasure, in fact, to film it here when it's like this and everyone's happy. Tori's blood pressure is probably a lot lower as well. We'll spend a little bit more time here, folks, and roughly the 1 hour mark. I'll go to the other end and finish up there. Depending on the numbers and what happens at either end. So you notice now almost everyone that arrives getting their picture and not even attempting, or no outstretched arms, no hands reaching for the horse's face. What a contrast, eh? Some people just realise for the first time there's a horse here. Look at the delight on her face, look. Absolutely delighted and shocked, pleasantly surprised that there's a horse here. Oh, there we go. Another smart tourist using flash. It's actually, ridiculously enough, the girl that just came through the gate. Unbelievable, eh? The level of stupidity. One second, folks. They're going to get the horse. 1 minute. Don't use flash around the horse. So just get the flash to scare the horse. Yeah. Thank you. I'm not sure that a lot of people actually realise that they've got the flash on, to be honest. Nobody does it on purpose, but we've seen how much some of the horses really hate that. Better to point out, I guess. Plus, the light's really good today. I mean, I'm not using flash, and you can see everything. Now we lost our spot, folks, but I'll weasel back in a minute when there's some space. There we go. Luckily, it's better. Now they turn the flash off. She was the photographer taking the pictures before with the flash. Now it's her partner without the flash. Ta-da! Problem solved. Again, on a really overcast day, but there's plenty of light here today. The conditions are all right for filming. Now the good news is that as of next week, we should start to go down back toward the teens temperature-wise. I'm still convinced we're going to have a hot final week of August, but it's going to be great to actually put on like a top or something. Wearing a single t-shirt, I've been baking hot for the last, well, effective 2 months. Definitely looking forward to cooler weather, folks. More temperate filming conditions. Wow, quite impressive actually. I haven't seen that much chest hair since I watched Greystoke, The Legend of Tarzan. Extraordinary. No idea if he's on the HRT or what's going on with that.
Okay, turn around. Ready? One. Hold on, wait for his head to turn this way. 1 second.
I am very tempted, I said I would, to go to the other end, but the trouble is, the action is this end, folks. What I mean by that, I mean the numbers, the people that are coming through the gates are overwhelmingly choosing to come to this end. I don't know why, actually. I really don't. I understand it when one of the side gates is closed, but at the moment all the gates are open right across. Actually, wait, they're not. Sorry, penny just dropped. The farthest gate is closed. So people are kind of being funneled in this direction overall. A third more retail. Retail. It's not really retail, is it? A third more gate space is what I was trying to say. Right, gatesman's appearing. Is he going to come this way? No idea, let's see. He's not. Who does he stop right in front of somebody filmed with 3 cameras? You can probably all guess who. Thumbs up, bro. Perfect, we've had a good 15 odd minutes, guys, without a single person mauling. This horse probably going to start wondering whether or not he forgot to put his deodorant on this morning. It's like, why is nobody coming near to me? Do I smell? Look, looking a bit bashful and upset, in fact. Almost lonely. busy on his self-grooming routine. Oh, somebody just dropped their rubber duck. Somebody's got a yellow rubber duck that just dropped on the floor. Hopefully we're going to get a nice peaceful ending, guys, which will pretty much act as a perfect counterpoise to what we had earlier. He's actually taking pictures of the rubber duck. I'm not entirely sure why a rubber duck in front of the horse would be a good shot, but hey, each to their own. Maybe she has a duck fetish. To be honest, sometimes I go to a nice restaurant, I develop a duck fetish. That's like a nice, you know, fillet of duck, with orange sauce. Okay, let's hope this lovely American family get it right. Excuse me, guys. I did mention in part 1 about my ruined throat, so it's extraordinary thinking about it that we made it through 2 parts. Yeah, I'm quite happy about that. I'm proud of myself. But you know what, guys? You, the viewers, deserve it, and that's the reason behind it. The zany tour guide can't, I think, decide what he's doing or who are actually part of his group or not. I'm not sure if he's trying to ask a question. I can't see if his mouth is moving. All in all, I think we can safely say, folks, it was a pleasant finish. All's well that ends well with this video, that's for sure. Part 1 will be linked, as ever, in the description below. This has been part 2, ladies and gents. And I think I'm done. I think we reached the end. I think it did actually turn out well in the end, didn't it? Yeah, it was looking highly doubtful in the first 20-30 minutes of this video, but luckily things turned around. Although that said, I mean, they've only effectively turned around because 1, the trooper spoke up, and 2, the numbers lessened. I wonder if we had that constant flow of a zillion people pretty much non-stop, whether or not it would have just continually been out of control. It's not even about an individual trooper or about the horse, it's really about the fact that tourists, not all, but a large number are ignorant. You saw how much more there was at the beginning of this video, and more importantly, you saw that 1 or 2 being allowed to do it was encouraging others to do it. Then it gets completely out of control, and however much a trooper might shout, when there are that many people around and there's no space to actually physically move away from the horse when instructed to do so, it's very complicated. I do feel for some of the tourists, because a lot of those that kind of got stuck in the scrum, 1, didn't do anything wrong, and 2, were actively trying to move back from the horse, but there wasn't anywhere for them to move to. So let's just hope that we don't get those kind of numbers here again on a morning when a horsey has a major meltdown or something like that, because God forbid, we know what will happen. It would be absolute chaos. Bones would be crunched. Right, guys, I'm out of here. I'll be back real soon, as ever. So for the last happy tourists and I think probably happy trooper and horse as well, I'll bid you all a good day, ladies and gents. Back soon, guys. Bye for now.